go. And hello, how are you guys doing? It's Tim and Amy. Say hi, Tim.
Hi.
So we're coming at you today. We wanted to share with you guys, we are going to be starting a series, and we're going to be coming to you guys, weekly, regularly, and we want to share a lot of knowledge from what we've learned in our journeys, and we just want to kind of bounce off that and just share some insights and some tips. And so the series that we're going to be working on right now with you guys over the next I'd say probably month, because we have a lot to cover on this topic. We're going to be breaking up into bite-sized chunks so that you're not sitting here for hours upon hours on end. We just wanted to kind of come at you with some fun knowledge, some tips and things to think about, and we wanted to make it business related because we're in business together, and we wanted we are. Okay. And we've had a lot of changes in the dynamics of what that's looked like over the past year, especially the past 8 years. If you looked at our journey in Monate from when I started it at the beginning, and then till recently, Tim took over for a little while I was busy doing some things, and then now we're kind of back together, realigned and reunited. And so things look different. And so we thought, what a great topic to talk about today. A lot of it's going to be like success related and business related, but today we are specifically talking about resetting and realigning your goals. And I personally feel like that's important to do because, well, for example, 8 years ago, our goals were completely different than they are today. Even maybe 6 months ago, our goals are, looking different than they are today. We have an overall big, the big picture goal, the big hairy goal, as our friend Tony calls it, the BHAG, the big hairy audacious goal. She calls it the BHAG. Sometimes you have that big hairy audacious goal that's always in the distance, but along the way, those smaller goals, they can change, and it's really important to reassess that, because you might be working for something that's maybe not longer relevant to that big hairy goal, and you're like, why am I running for this? Why am I doing this? Like, this isn't getting me to where I want to go. So, so we wanted to kind of discuss why it's important, like the reasons why. There'll be future topics, like on the next time we're going to be giving tips, and we're going to be giving all kinds of different things. But today, this is just where you're really choppy. Maybe it's your internet. Maybe it's our internet. It's really bad today. The weather's really bad. Hopefully it's not our internet.
Well, there's nothing we could do about it anyway, because we're on our internet, and
yeah, we're on our internet now.
On your computer, so can't be.
Yeah, nothing we can do right now, but I am recording on my phone over here. So should we lose this live, I have it recorded. Hi, over on my other phone. So we won't lose our discussion today. So we'll have it recorded in some way, somehow. But today we're just going to discuss, this is kind of what we want to open the discussion. First of all, if you haven't followed us yet, we started a new page for our business journey together. It's called Tim and Amy Murphy right now. That's what we named it. It's appropriately named. If you want to just follow us over there, we will be sharing all kinds of things, topics such as this, but anything that's related to our business ventures, travels, all the things. We are going to be streaming it there, and we are streaming it to our other profiles as well, but sometimes we won't always. So if you always want to guarantee the goods, go follow the page, because that's where the majority of the time will be. I'm just testing out this really cool feature right now. It's called StreamYard, if you don't have it.
Maybe that's why.
Or Restream.
Maybe that's what's causing that.
It shouldn't. Restream is really cool. I used to use a thing called StreamYard, and I am done with Zoom. Anyone that has business, Zooms, everyone, like we all got to know Zoom. I can't stand Zoom, but I'm using a new one now, and it's really cool. It's called Restream, and you literally can stream it out to all the different places. So I'm using that as a test today. I'm streaming it to all the different platforms just to see how it goes. And I keep seeing that orange thing. I think that might be the internet saying it's like not very good. But
Not pretty windy out there.
it's very windy outside. So anyway, let's get to this. So let's talk about why resetting and realigning your goals is crucial. It is crucial to reassess and realign those goals because it helps you adapt to changes. You know, as your business changes, as you go along your journey, circumstances might change. Your living circumstances might change. Maybe your financial it changes, like your financial situation changes. Maybe the market in general, maybe like the industry you're in, maybe that changes, right? And there could be, maybe your health changes, maybe your family dynamic changes. There's so many things that can go on in your life outside of your business, and therefore that might affect your business, and maybe you need to reassess, you know, what you need to do to get to where you want to go. You don't need to change your goals based on, you know, you don't need to like dumb down your goals if something's not going good. You can always keep your goals big and keep them strong, but those mini little goals and the things you do along the way, maybe those need to change a little bit to help you overcome obstacles.
And I was thinking, before you realign, in addition, in the beginning you have to identify and determine what your goals are in terms of what you deem is your version of success.
Oh, absolutely. Because everyone's version of success is different. You know, some people might go into business because they want financial success, or maybe they just want time freedom, right? Like maybe they want different things. Maybe success to somebody is just being able to go to the grocery store and not have to, you know, put things back on the shelf. Like they feel success when they can go to the grocery store and just provide for their family without hesitation. Yeah. Maybe success to some people is putting their kids in activities. They feel really successful when they can provide those, you know, activities for their kids. You know?
You know what my biggest problem with defining success was?
What?
Over the years, over the decades.
We've been together for decades, you guys, like lots of decades.
I just froze. Okay. No, I don't want to. Okay, wow.
Sorry.
Whoa, squirrel on that one. No, what I was going to say was what hung me up for decades was that you really do have to hone in on what your definition of success is, because it's not enough just to say you want more money, because that's all I really wanted, because I knew that ultimately money, again, you know, the old saying goes, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it does buy you choices in life. It does allow you to have choices in what you want to do with life, whether it be material things or just simply options. But it's not enough to just want money. You have to decide what that money, why do you want that money? What changes in your life do you want that money to bring? And then once you decide what that goal is, then you have to decide the mechanism to get you there.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise you're just, what's the word you use? Hope and pray, basically.
Yeah, hope and pray. Well, actually, what you're saying goes on to the next point that I wanted to see about maintaining relevance. You know, regularly assessing your goals, make sure, you know, ensuring that they're relevant to your vision, your outcome, you know, what you want to do. You know, because if you're pursuing irrelevant or outdated goals, right, or your things have changed or you're not aligned anymore, you don't want to keep running for certain things if they're not really getting you towards the bigger picture.
True.
Right? So that kind of goes hand in hand there.
I can identify with that. In my recent fitness journey, for example, it's relatable. I had to set goals. It wasn't enough to just want to look better. It wasn't enough just to want to feel better. I actually have to define my goals. You go into a gym, you might talk to a trainer, you might talk to a gym buddy. They'll say, well, what is it that you want to achieve? So for me, specifically, I said I wanted to be, like, say, 12% body fat. I want to be no more than 195 pounds. I made my goals specific so I can make specific targets and a specific plan to achieve those. So it's no different in business as well. It wasn't enough for Amy to say, hey, okay, well, you know, 8 years ago when she got into Monate, And it wasn't enough for her to say, hey, I want to be successful. Sure, everyone wants to be successful, but what did she do? She had two goals. She had a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Her long-term goal was, of course, to become SED, and for those who don't know, SED stands for Senior Executive Director, which is the highest rank in our company. And so that was her ultimate goal, which I thought was ludicrous to even, try to achieve, because I saw all the requirements to become SED was just so mind-boggling when you start out. It was almost impossible to achieve. So she broke that down into bite-sized chunks. So in the beginning, her main goal, her small goal, it's not even that small, was to hit a mid-rank. What was it, MMB, would you say, was your first?
I wanted to do founder right away because that was MM, which would have given me founder shares.
Okay, so well, that's honest. So that was more than a bite-sized goal. It was still a lofty goal at the time, but she had two goals. She had a short-term goal, which would propel her towards the SED goal, and then she ultimately had the SED goal because she had to know where she was going.
Yep. And just kind of move on from that, one reason why it is important to realign and reassess your goals is kind of bouncing off that is increase it helps you to increase your motivation. Yeah. When you reassess and you reconnect what it is you're working for and what you want, you get motivated. You get a fresh perspective. It reignites motivation for yourself, but also if you have a team, which we do, and for example, I took a little bit of time off recently because I was heavily filming my TV shows and I was tired and burnt out, and so Tim took over for a while. But I can only imagine that my team members will start seeing me pick up, the motivation again, and they might get inspired to, to pick up, because, whether you have your own business, like a network marketing business or a traditional business, if you're in a management or a leadership position, your employees and or your team members, they watch you and you set the pace. They always say the pace of the leader is the pace of the team. And so if you're kind of slowing down, your team's going to slow down. So when you reassess and realign and reconnect to your goals, it will I feel remotivated because after I came back from filming, Tim and I started talking about our goals, what we wanted to do. Tim's like, you have it, like, I'm going a mile a minute. He's like, I can't stop you. Like, I'm just like, all these ideas and the momentum. I'm motivated to get back to work. I made some targets and some goals for myself, and I'm motivated to reach those, and so I get excited to pick up my pace and to want to, work towards that. So I think that's it gives you purpose and it gives you enthusiasm, which I feel sometimes if you're lacking purpose or enthusiasm or motivation in your business, maybe you don't have strong enough goals, or maybe you haven't identified what your goals are. So I really do think having goals and setting goals and even resetting them if you have to, I think that's really important for keeping you motivated and moving.
Yes, another thing I was thinking about when you're talking about realignment and how important it is that you can't, in relation to your business or our business, we had to realign because what we did in the very beginning, what you did in the very beginning wasn't sustainable to where we are now, or it's not necessarily not sustainable, but it wasn't relatable. And
I worked at a pace that was really insane for 8 years, and I burnt myself out, and I'm open about it. And I'm so open about I worked myself literally crazy, and I needed to take a break from that. So now our goals, we have certain financial goals we want to reach, but the method and how our small goals get us there, completely different. I have goals of different, my balance of my work life is way different. My boundaries are different. I have goals don't always have to mean money. I have goals of feeling freedom and flexibility and just having time for my family. Success to me is just spending time with my family, and will we go to eat where we want, or we go to travel when we want. Like, that's, for me, that's my version of success, is being able to take my family. I love my family so much. I just when I'm not working, I want to be with my family. That's all I like to do. I love it. And I mean, well, besides ghost hunting, and I love that, and working on my TV shows. I love that. But in life though, I have a lot of goals, the way I want our life to look. And we've had to reassess how we're going to get that. So a lot of things we're doing now is changing. And before, if you want to relate personal experiences, is I didn't have boundaries on my time. My team could access me 24/7. They would call me, message me any time of day. I would be up, the ding ding dings going on my phone. But that's what I did, and I don't regret it.
At 3 a.m.
Yeah, I don't regret it, because I really did what I did, and I did it fast and hard, and I did a great job. But sustainably, like, that's not duplicatable, and it's not something that I would encourage other people to do, since I learned from that lesson, right? So if I can help people not do certain things, I would like to save you from a lot of, heartache and tiredness and all the things. That being said, realigning and reassessing your goals, it's really great for help. It's important to do that because it will help you measure your progress too, right? So reevaluating your goals regularly, it helps you track your progress, and it helps you identify maybe where you need, areas of improvement, where you need to improve on some things in your life. If you're,
Well, look at our business alone. I remember in the beginning, you developed your business through posting or reaching out on Messenger, and that evolved to Facebook Lives, and so you're always adapting in business. And actually, let's even go further. We've done a lot of adapting in our home life with kids.
Oh yeah.
As the kids get older, their needs become different. Their temperaments are different. So the way you raise a family when they're young is different than the way you raise a family when you have preteens.
Absolutely. And so, when you're realigning and you're reassessing your goals, you can celebrate those achievements, as you go along, like, as you, like, those small goals, you can really, those help you track, if you're on the right path. And so I think it's important to, foster that culture of continuous improvement in your business.
And the important thing too is that when you do hit a wall, whether it's in business or personal matters, family, you can't see that wall as a failure. Or the point of pivot is not a point of failure. It's just a point of change. It's a point of adapting and realigning.
Yeah. I think also too, goals should be flexible, so that you can, so that kind of accommodates any external kind of environment, any things that you can't control in your environment. So you should be flexible with your goals. Some people get so tunnel vision on their goals, and which is great to be focused, but I think that the act of realigning and reassessing is also incorporating a bit of flexibility, right? Within your goals, to allow for when things happen that you can't control. And so therefore you can still reach your goals. You just might have to reach them differently than what you thought you were going to do, right? You might need to change a little bit of things. And that's very empowering, right? I think that being able to navigate that with your personal surroundings and your team, and kind of nurturing and fostering a flexible environment for reaching your goals. I think that's I think that will help create a strong either team, organization, business, personal life, being flexible, right? Because if something happened, I feel like there's always, excuses, and people will sit behind excuses. Well, I didn't reach my goal because of this. And it's like, well, what else could we do though? It's not so finite. Right? I feel like people make such finite accusations, like, I can't do that because I don't have this, or I can't do that because of this. And it's like, well, let's still keep the vision that you can have that, but let's figure out in your environment, what can we do to get that?
What needs to change?
What needs to change?
What are you doing that's not working?
What goals do you need to realign or reassess with your bigger vision, right? Like exactly what we're talking about. So
and that aligns, or that goes hand in hand with raising kids too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're always trying different things to see what works.
Yeah.
And not, not everything works.
I know. Well, that being said, I think that, realigning and reassessing your goals it will ensure long-term success ultimately. That's what I think. Because it's you know, it just helps you create that path, you know, and you're always, because if you, it gets broken along the way. If you have this vision and you don't seem to be getting it, then you may give up, right? You might give up. I could have given up many times along the way. I had a long journey. You know, I had quick success, but it's been a long journey as well. 8 years to get where we are today. And there was many times that I could have given up, but I actually, not knowing this is what you do, I have done that along the way, of realigned and reassessed. You know, like, what do I need to do for my team? How can I lead them? What can I do different? What can I do better? You know, all different aspects. I could sit here and go through my business, but I'm not going to. That's for another time. But you know, I just do think that aligning and reassessing and reevaluating your goals will ensure a long-term successful business and life too. Because it's not just, you know, success doesn't always have to equate to, you know, business. It can be your life as well, right? And my husband and I happen to do business and life together. Yay! So you can apply these things to both business and life as well. So if you want to take notes, I can give you a couple little things if you want to write down. So why it's important to reset and realign your goals. You know, helps you adapt to changes, helps maintain relevance, optimizing your resources, increasing motivation, measure progress, enhance flexibility, ensure long-term success. If you want to write those down just to reflect on. And guess what? We have a free resource for you guys. So if you want to, you know, if you didn't write any of this down, we made a little book. And it will be available shortly in our page, Tim and Amy page. You can upload it, and it's free. And we just wanted to put it together for you so you can use that as little notes to reflect upon on what we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks. So feel free. I'll put the link down below very shortly. But yeah, do you have anything else that you want to add?
Makes me want to go to the gym.
He's motivated. He's motivated.
Well,
Your gym goals have changed a lot over the years too. Before, I remember, if you want to reflect, realigning goals and stuff like that, like, your overall health, I want to be healthy. That's so generic. It's like saying, I want to be rich. It's the same thing.
That's true.
But, you know, yes, that's the big, hairy, audacious goal, is you want to be healthy. But you've reassessed what healthy means for you over the years during your workout
it does
journey.
change as you get older, because I had this conversation with a younger guy at the gym. And it's funny because when you're younger and you ask any younger male, what are you looking for in the gym? I want to be bigger. I want more muscles. I mean, that's generically, stereotypically what all young males want. They just say, I want bigger muscles. But it's funny because as you get older, I couldn't understand what else was there in the gym. And now as I am getting older, I still want to grow muscles, but I also want to reduce body fat.
And he grows a mean beard.
Yeah, I got to trim that a little bit. Actually, I'm kind of growing it. I'm kind of growing it out here. I'm trying to go a little more fuller. But anyway, that's a different story.
Sorry.
But so my goals have changed. So yeah, I want to increase muscle mass. I want to decrease body fat. But you know, there's other things. There's flexibility. As you get older, you have to work on your flexibility. There's cardiovascular health. These are all things that I am trying to evaluate in my own life, and what needs to set as priority. And right, honestly, now that I'm sitting on the floor right now, flexibility is kind of like in my hips is kind of where I'm kind of leaning towards. But anyway,
That's good.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining in. Please feel free to make any comments below. If you want to talk about any of this, what stood out to you, let us know if this, you know, was relevant to where you are in your life right now. And we do have a lot more coming.
Both professionally and personally.
Yes.
Or personally.
Yes, it doesn't have to just be business, but it could be your goals for life. Like, what's going on in your life that, you know, like, have you been reassessed? I think, to be honest, ever since, you know, the C word happened and pandemic and everyone's
I was just about to mention that.
right? I think a lot of people have reassessed and realigned
We know,
a lot in life.
I can speak on behalf of a lot of people, without a doubt, we'll say 2020 was the year of reevaluation. I think everyone, because we were forced to slow down, we were forced to not travel, we were forced to stay in our local communities. I think that gave a lot of families a chance to reassess to what was important in their lives. But that doesn't necessarily mean they made new goals. It doesn't necessarily mean that they they realign their goals, and doesn't mean that they actually are going after their new goals either. But no, that's a really good point. A lot of people reassess what was important with their lives, and what direction they wanted to go in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, our internet, I think, is going a little wonky here, so
Yes, this is a little trial run
it's
for
a
us
trial
as well.
run. But we have recorded it on a phone, so you might be seeing it up on the phone later. But we will talk to you guys next week. We'll be coming up weekly, and just because our lives are crazy, we aren't going to pick a day and time. It's just not going to happen. We can't.
Catch the replay.
Just catch the replay. We'll be put your notifications on for the page if you want. So when we post something or go live, you'll get notified. That's the best I can say, because our lives are so crazy all the time. We don't want to let anybody down and say we're going to be in an exact place and exact time.
More importantly, everyone's lives with families are a little crazy. So therefore, catch the replay.
Catch the replay. Hope to see you live. If we have a feeling that we know when we're going to go live, we'll let you guys know ahead of time. Other than that, have a great day and happy holidays, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye. How do I stop this thing? There we go. Okay.
So
I think it's ended.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's ended.
Press it again.
It's frozen. It seems to be ended.